at this point.
Thank you very much, Deborah, and I want to thank the Harvey Milk LGBT Club. A long time ago, in a land that was far, far away, in a time that will probably not be repeated in our life, and the year was 2000, and the streets were being paved with gold, and all of our friends were getting kicked out of their apartments and out of this town, and we had one of the most incredible, most powerful, omnipotent chief executives, Willie Brown. A once or twice in a century event started brewing. And it started brewing actually not unlike it did 3 or 4 weeks ago on June 3rd when we had elections for the Democratic County Central Committee. I was approached by a gentleman named Tom Amiano who said I should run for district supervisor, and I said that I wasn't, my DNA was not programmed to run for office. And he said, well, at least run for the Democratic County Central Committee. So I stuck my name on the ballot, and Harvey and all of you endorsed me, and holy moly, I had no clue of what I was doing, and I was elected to the Democratic County Central Committee. Let me tell you, if you run for the DCCC, and half the people in this room have, it is not remotely related to what all of the men and women to my right are going through right now. So stupidly, I was going through a midlife crisis, and because I won for the Democratic County Central Committee, I stuck my hat in the ring for the Board of Supervisors. And if you think about what happened in November and December of the year 2000, it's pretty rare. We kicked the bums out, right? Yeah. And hats off to all of you. And it was actually a very profound thing, because the face of San Francisco was changing. The diverse city that we love was changing. The wonderful balance, and I consider it to be a balance, of tenants to ownership in San Francisco was changing. And we were losing the soul of the city. Formula retail, or as we call it commonly, chain stores, were sweeping through North Beach and through the Haight-Ashbury and through the Castro, and people were struggling to figure out how to keep the diversity and not end up being homogenous anywhere in America. And I mean, let's be honest. Incumbency is 9/10 of everything. And even though I think that term limits are probably bad public policy, and for me personally, great personal policy, we kicked a lot of incumbents out, right? And that happened at the behest of Tom Amiano. And I mean, think about it. District after district, every place where the Willie Brown, the Brown-Burton machine, that was the beginning of the end of the machine. Everywhere they put their dollars and their resources, we won. We took District 6. Let's talk about that. Chris Daly won that district. Does anybody remember? Yeah. 81 to 19%, right? It was a remarkable thing. And we've done 8 years of that. And we've made plenty of mistakes. We've had plenty of victories that are going to live on and keep San Francisco on the map. And that 8 years is coming to an end right now. And the future of this town is now in all of our hands. We're all created equal, but Democratic clubs, particularly Harvey Milk, are created more equal because you have a remarkable influence over the progressive politics of San Francisco. And so this is a microcosm of that macrocosm. I want to say to all of the people who are running to replace me that I have the utmost respect for what you are doing. And I mean that sincerely. I mean, this is a hazing ritual. I know. I went to UC Santa Cruz, so we didn't have fraternities. But if there is a hazing ritual for office, you are going through it. And my hat's off to all of you. And I know each and every one of you, whether you live in the district or don't. And I love the fact that you're putting your heart and soul in this. So let me talk a little bit about District 3, and I'm talking about microcosms and macrocosms. I have this little line because when I came into office, Willie Brown. No, screw. I'm not doing 3 minutes. You think I'm going to go on? No, absolutely not. I'm going to go on for 25. So when I ran for office, Willie Brown was mayor, and I have to tell you, he had this line which was, you know, I'm the mayor of the city and county of San Francisco, and I always said, well, I represent the city. And I just saw my colleague Gerardo Sandoval, and he's going to get pissed at me for saying this, but I always said to the other 10 of them, well, y'all represent the county, right? Because District 3 is the city of San Francisco. I mean, think about it. It starts at the Ferry Building. It's everything. It's Union Square. It's most of downtown. It's Chinatown, North Beach, Jackson Square, Nob Hill, Polk Gulch, Fisherman's Wharf, Telegraph Hill, North Beach. It is the heart of what people who do not live in this town, who do not know about the Excelsior and don't know about the Sunset, consider to be the heart and soul. And I have this other little motto, which is, they say, as goes California, so goes the nation. And I say, as goes San Francisco, so goes California, so goes the nation. There's another corollary to that, which is, as goes District 3, so goes San Francisco, so goes, right? And District 3 is a swing district. District 3, just to put it in some perspective, voted for Frank Jordan over Willie Brown, right? District 3, in many ways, is the canary in the gold mine. And if you look at let's talk about the demographics of the district. It is a district that is basically demographically half Asian and half Caucasian. It has some of the poorest census tracts in the entire city. It has all of the ground zero waterfront issues. This is a place where former Mayor Joe Alioto tried to build the U.S. Steel building out in the middle of the bay, which the people of San Francisco rallied against. This is the place where a freeway was placed that was cut our waterfront off of the rest of the city. It is the place where the neighbors came together to stop that freeway from being built, and it's a place after the Loma Prieta quake where the people of San Francisco came together in a vote to rip that freeway down. It is a place that was actually the mother of San Francisco's affordable housing movement. It is a place that all of the parking and traffic issues were first played out. You want to know why District 3 has the A residential parking permit? Because activists in District 3 years ago, and there are probably people who are running and nodding their heads, remember that that was started as a pilot program because commuters used to drive in from Marin, park on the streets of North Beach, and walk down to downtown. That's why we have A stickers, and everybody else has now, we're past Z stickers. I guarantee you that on this ballot in November, the one thing I can guarantee you, this is my one solemn promise, we will not go beyond Proposition Z. There will only be no more than 26 things on the ballot. So District 3 has a remarkable number of things that I think are harbingers for the rest of San Francisco. And I look forward to you hearing from the candidates. I think District 3 is a swing district. I hope that it ends up, and this is not a plug for any particular candidate, in the hands of an elected who is progressive on affordable housing issues, who's progressive on revenue issues, who would support measures, and none of you can support all of this stuff. You can vote against it, or you can vote for it, you can endorse it, that we now have on the ballot relative to the payroll tax, relative to the real estate transfer tax, relative to preserving, and this is just keeping our nose an inch above the water, our 911 fee, relative to making sure that San Francisco General Hospital continues to be the crown jewel in the city and county of San Francisco. And with that, I am really honored and delighted to be stepping out and watching a new crop come. I think I've framed the general issues that are out there. You have some of the poorest and some of the richest people in San Francisco. It is really, I think, a microcosm of everything that goes on in this town, and I salute all of you who are running for the position.
Thank you.